Muslims pray like how all Christians have actually prayed for the last 2,000 years. That touching their head to the floor, to the ground when they pray, that's not an Islamic thing. That's a Christian thing. All of the apostolic Christians were doing that long before Islam began.
For someone who speaks about Islam as much as you do, I would have assumed that you had basic level of insight, but it seems that you don't.
Got that from the Syrian monks, right? Muhammad's uncle was a Syrian monk. A lot of people don't know that. Muhammad's uncle was a Syrian monk, and Muhammad got that practice of praying by putting your head down to the ground, touching your forehead to the ground. He got that from his uncle.
Really? So you gotta lie for your fans. You gotta lie for those views, correct? The Prophet's uncle, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was not a Syrian monk. And I believe the individual you're talking about is Waraqa ibn Nawfal, who was the cousin of the wife of Rasulullah, Khadija bint Khuwaylid, who was one of the four Hunafa, the people who left idolatry, right? Who distanced themselves from idolatry and followed the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. And he was from the Quraysh. He was not a Syrian. Stop lying. This is basic knowledge that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not the founder of Islam, but rather he is following the previous dispensations. And where is the previous dispensations from? Rabbul Alameen. Rather, he is the last messenger, right? لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قَصَصِهِمْ عِبْرَةٌ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ مَا كَانَ حَدِيثًا يُفْتَرَى وَلَكِنْ تَصْدِيقَ الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. That this Quran is what? Confirming what was in the previous scriptures, which was in the Torah, in the Injil, which we do not have with us currently. So prostration is not alien to us, but rather all of the Anbiya, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, peace be upon them all, followed one religion. They were all Muslimin. ما كان إبراهيم يهوديا ولا نصرانيا ولكن كان حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين.
Dietary disciplines of Islam, the halal dietary rules, that comes from Judaism. There were Christians and Jews in the Middle East where Islam began.
Like I said before, Islam is not alien to the previous dispensations. This is just rather a new dispensation, a new order, a new sharia that we follow. In our sharia that we follow, what is the sharia that we follow? Sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the last messenger. Moses had his law. Isa came to confirm that law. Abraham had his law. And were Jews and Christians present in Arabia? Absolutely. What does that mean? Try better. And what gets me to think is, you're somebody who quite often reacts to Islam and makes fun of Islam and belittles Islam. Why did you go out there and debate somebody? I see that you're debating James White. Why don't you go out there and go have a conversation with a reputable da'i like Brother Uthman ibn Farouk, who will dismantle you in a couple of minutes? You know what I see? You're an apprehensive individual. You belittle Islam, but you don't want to go out there and talk with reputable du'at.